Andrew Smith, would you like to come up the stage?
Yeah!
Oh.
Hi, Justin. It was awesome. I love this stuff.
Hey guys!
What's up?
What's good? Justin, that's not okay. Don't ruin it. I read an article the other day, like a ranting article on Facebook I saw, was about how baristas don't have the right to mispronounce your name. Like those assholes mispronouncing your name. This was on Huffington Post, a place that like 5 days earlier was reporting on a journalist getting decapitated. That's your head getting cut off. Like a big dude with a fucking sword being like, this guy's neck's pretty tough. Don't worry, pal, it won't be too much longer. I'm just taking a little off the top. You see what I did there, Ahmed? Ahmed, come on, that's funny. Don't be so withholding. God damn. Like, at a time when, like, cops are shooting so many young black men that I'm afraid a white kid might get caught in the crossfire. I just now can take another dead white kid at the hands of racist cops. We might fall apart, we might not make it. But on the other side, it must be super annoying when a barista, if your name's Claudia, writes Caladia on your cup. It must really suck for you. Yes. Oh, there's a button on this goddamn pocket. I didn't think of this through. There's a small note in this pocket. It's very important. Reminds me of a bit I've been working really hard on. What the fuck, Aaron? You're supposed to write your initials on it first. I think this is you. I like when things give back. Like I think, you know, one great thing about saws is that they take one thing and they make it two. Which is really great. Like if I cut your arm in half, you got three now. I think I've done you a favor. I deserve some form of reciprocation. It's what I got. Reciprocating saw isn't you, Aaron? That seems like it's you all over. Can I tell you guys about a fantasy I have? Woo! It might get a little bit weird. Okay, the fantasy starts like all good fantasies do. I'm doing stand-up. And a guy heckles me. And I go to fucking town on him. I tear him a goddamn new one and he's not pleased about it. And he's like, bro, you wanna fight me? And I'm like, sure, can I take my glasses off first? Is that cool? And he's like, yeah, like there are rules of engagement. We're gentlemen here, take your glasses off. So I take my glasses off and we move this party outside. And then he beats the shit out of me. And I don't fight back, He beats the shit out of me. And I'm not saying the guy's Italian, but his name's Giuseppe, and he's got a gold crucifix hanging from his neck, and for some reason he keeps yelling about his mom. So he's just beating the shit out of me, and at one point, it's the point where if it was an 80s movie, Elizabeth Shue would be his girlfriend, and she'd come in and stop him from beating me up, and then she'd tend to my wounds and fall in love with me. But it's not an 80s movie, so instead, she's just white girl wasted, and she's just screaming about a pizzone. She's just like, Juji, take me to Pizza Hut. I want a pizzone. Juji, that's her pet name for him. For Giuseppe. Juji, take me to Pizza Hut. I want a pizzone. And he just beats the shit out of me until I'm like unconscious. And maybe he's like a little scared he killed me, right? Like you can't recognize my face, my glasses, off to the side. Perfectly, they're fine. They're not broken, guys. But my face, ruined. And then I ascend and become Jesus, because I've just out-Jesus. I've just turned my cheek so many times, I'm now the Son of God. I ascend into godhood, and all of a sudden, I feel a burning hatred for gay people. And I take my seat at the right hand of the Father, and I spit into a spittoon, and it rings out in heavenly chorus, and I just go, yeah, America. This next bit is gonna get a little racist, but rest assured, the people that it's racist against are a little more preoccupied that our country genocided them. So they're not gonna complain too hard, I think. I think it's weird, the level of, delusion we have about people we perceive to be our enemies. Like take Islamic fundamentals like ISIS. We think, oh, they're crazy sand people who have too much religion. They think no one should ever be educated. But also they'll blow you up your ship with a bomb they made out of a shoe, or like that water you thought was their hair gel. And I think that's been going on for a really long time. Okay, this next part was told to me by my English professor, so take it with a grain of salt. But apparently, after the Civil War, there were a lot of trains around, because we needed to build infrastructure for the war, so there were a lot of trains. All of a sudden, people in the East were closer to people in the West, much closer, and their first thought was, fuck, now we're closer to Native Americans. Which is in their racist minds, they're thinking these are people who they think are just running around raping and pillaging and scalping everyone, and then the next thought is, and they're only a train ride away now. What are they imagining? They're murdering people all through the streets until they get to the ticket booth and excuse me, sorry, a ticket for New York City? Think this fresh scalp will do just fine for payment? They get on the train and they're excuse me, I can't have an aisle seat, I have motion sickness. They're my son tweets when drunk. He got the kosher meal, but you didn't give it to him. This is a non-kosher meal. He's gonna need the kosher one. Where they're some guy comes around and he's sir, can I get this out of your way? And he's no. My people use all parts of the gefilte fish. Thanks, guys.